Life is an inevitable cycle. We are born, we live, and finally, we die. Since the beginning of time, this natural cycle has been one of humanity's greatest mysteries. What really happens when we cross the threshold between life and death? Is there something beyond, a heaven, a hell, or perhaps something entirely different, as described in ancient scriptures and spiritual traditions? And what if everything we know simply ceases to exist? These are questions that permeate our minds, constantly reminding us of our mortality. Modern science has made extraordinary advances in understanding this phenomenon, but are its explanations enough? Today, we will dive not only into what science reveals, but also into experiences and accounts that challenge logic and open doors to a world of spiritual mysteries. What really happens when we die? Join us on this journey beyond the Bible, where faith, science, and mystery meet. But what happens when the end approaches? What do we feel in the final moments of our existence? And what happens to our consciousness, our spirit? Science has some answers, but it is the mystical experiences and near-death accounts that truly capture our imagination. Scientists around the world have dedicated themselves to understanding what happens at the exact moment of death. Research conducted by prestigious universities, such as Charité University in Berlin and the University of Cincinnati in the United States, has attempted to uncover the secrets of the day. Do we all share a universal experience in the final moments of our existence? Or are these visions shaped by our personal and cultural beliefs? For many, death is not the end but the beginning of a new journey. In various spiritual traditions, it is believed that the soul continues its existence in another plane, where it is judged and prepared for the next phase, whether in paradise, hell, or a new life through reincarnation. Ancient scriptures, such as those in the Bible, describe this transition as a crucial moment, where the soul meets its final destiny. But what does modern science say about this? A near-death experience is proof of the existence of the soul and its journey after death. Or are we simply witnessing the last sparks of a declining brain? Reports of out-of-body experiences, where people say they saw their own bodies from above while unconscious, further challenge our understanding. Are these visions just tricks of the mind, as many scientists believe, or proof that our consciousness can indeed separate from the physical body? The truth is that no matter how much we try to understand death, it remains one of life's greatest mysteries. Science offers us answers and theories, but it cannot touch on what we actually feel or experience in those final moments. Perhaps the only way to truly discover what happens after death is to face it ourselves. But until that day comes, all we can do is speculate and explore the clues left by those who nearly. Neurobiology of death. The study led by scientist Jens Dreyer, for example, explored the phenomenon known as terminal spreading depolarization. But what does this mean? When we die, blood flow to the brain ceases, depriving it of the oxygen necessary to keep our brain cells alive. In response, these cells enter a state of emergency, using their last reserves of energy in a desperate attempt to survive. This process creates what experts call a brain tsunami, a wave of thermal energy released as the cells lose the electrochemical balance that keeps them alive. But is that all there is? A simple chemical collapse? Science offers us these technical answers but cannot tell us how it feels, what we actually experience as our life fades away. And this is where near-death experiences come in. Near-death experiences are phenomena that intrigue both scientists and spiritualists. Imagine yourself in a situation where you are on the verge of death. What would you see? What would you feel? Many reports describe sensations that defy logic and science, and this is where the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural begin to blur. A fascinating study conducted at Hadassah University in Jerusalem examined the brain functions of people who had near-death experiences. These individuals reported intense and vivid emotions, as if the most important moments of their lives were flashing before their eyes in a fraction of a second. But is this just an illusion created by a collapsing brain, or is it a window to something greater, something beyond our understanding? Researchers have also found evidence that, in some cases, brain waves can continue to manifest for minutes after clinical death, as documented in a hospital in Canada. This post-mortem brain activity may be a reflection of the last moments of consciousness, or perhaps a connection between our world and the next. Accounts from people who came back to life after these episodes mention feelings of peace, encounters with spiritual beings, and even visions of the beyond, such as the famous light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel is perhaps the most famous aspect of near-death experiences. For many, this vision is a symbol of hope, an indication that something wonderful awaits us after death. However, science suggests that this light may simply be the result of our brain shutting down, as blood and oxygen flow decrease, causing increasingly blurry vision until everything fades to black. But is this scientific explanation enough? Or is this light a real passage to the beyond, as many religious texts suggest? The Bible, for example, speaks of heavenly visions and the judgment that awaits the souls of the dead. In contrast, other spiritual traditions describe the process of reincarnation, where the soul is guided by this light to a new life. These visions are described by people in different cultures around the world, from ancient times to the present. Cross that threshold. Whether through science or spirituality, death invites us to reflect on our own existence and what awaits us on the other side. Is there something beyond, a life after death, or simply a quiet end? Keep following Beyond the Bible. And if you found this video intriguing, don't miss the next one, where we will explore the biblical apocalypse. What will the end be like? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details of this fascinating exploration beyond the Bible. See you in the next video.